Dips are one of the best upper body exercises, but they can sometimes cause shoulder pain. So what are some things we can do to prevent this from happening? Stick around for 5 tips. Hey, it's Oskar from GoPrimate here, and in this video I'm gonna share with you 5 potential tips you can do for pain-free dips. The first thing you might want to check is, are you shrugging your shoulders? So here what you want to do is avoid any type of shrugging, so that's gonna look like this. Instead you want to always push the shoulders down. So throughout the entire set you want to keep pushing the shoulders down at all times, and I know it's a bit difficult because once you get tired it's going to be very comfortable to just have the shoulders shrugged up, but you need to resist this and just push the shoulders down at all times and avoid any type of shrugging at all times during the entire set. The next one is going to be to improve your shoulder flexibility. Now, flexibility and mobility are not the same things, but an improved flexibility will contribute to a improved mobility as well. So a really basic stretch here I recommend is this modified German hang right here. So what you do is you grab onto 2 gymnastic rings and you simply go on your knees and get a nice stretch there in your pecs and in your front deltoids. Now the higher up the rings are attached, the more intense the stretch is going to be. And you can also play around here by leaning forward even more, so putting your upper body in a more horizontal position and therefore see if you get a different stretch. The next thing that might help you is to stretch your pecs, so your chest muscles. Now that's basically the same tip as the previous one, but still worth mentioning separately. So here what I would recommend you to do is to use a basic door frame stretch. So you're going to be leaning against something very sturdy, can be a door frame or anything else. Have your elbow slightly higher than your shoulder height and lean in there and get a really nice stretch in there. And what you can also do is to again play around with the height of the elbow. So see what position is going to be the most effective for you to get the best amount of stretch and just finding out those tight spots there. Now a word of caution with the 2 previous tips here. So I really recommend that you wouldn't do these stretches before your workout. Instead, do them outside of your workouts, because if you do them before and your muscles get too relaxed, then number 1, that's going to increase your risk of injury, and number 2, it's going to reduce your performance. So as you can see, that's not the best return on your investment. As you can see, it's a very bad risk versus reward ratio right there. But if you really want to do them before your training, I would say hold them for like around 5 seconds or max 10. But ideally even less than 10 seconds. So on the safe side, I would say hold it for like around 5 seconds or so, just to open up a little bit, get a bit of mobility in there, but definitely not more than that. So instead, do these stretches outside of your workouts, and I would recommend as a general guideline to hold them for around 30 seconds or so. The next tip is going to be to simply don't go as low on your dips. Now this comes to play with your shoulder mobility. Again, shoulder flexibility might allow you to go very low, but shoulder mobility means a range of motion where you can safely generate force from. So therefore what you can try here is to simply don't go as low on your dips. As a general guideline again, I would say around 90-degree elbow angle. If you can go lower than that without any issues, that's perfect. Go lower than that. Or if you can't go all the way to 9 degrees, then that's also cool. Don't go all the way to 9 degrees. What you can try is to simply limit your range of motion when you do your dips. And the last tip is to use less resistance. So if you're doing bodyweight dips, what you might want to try is to just use a band instead and do banded dips. And this way you're going to be getting some assistance from the band, and therefore you have more control over the movement, and you can do it in a way that feels safer for you. Now I know that sounds really boring, but you know, there's something worth trying if you're experiencing shoulder pain when doing dips and the other things haven't been working out and you still want to do dips. Then in that case, try by reducing the resistance with a band, for example, and this will allow you to have a little bit more control over your dips. And hey, if you're interested in learning more about how you can benefit from doing dips with resistance bands, then I highly recommend you to have a look at this video right here. That's going to teach you some very fascinating benefits that you might get from doing dips with resistance bands. So those are the 5 tips you can do to help you with your shoulder pain when doing dips. So I really hope that at least one of them, or maybe a combination of them, will help you with your shoulder pain. And if you got some value from this video, then please leave this video a like, it's highly appreciated, and subscribe to the channel for more tips on how to optimize your bodyweight, ring, and at-home fitness training. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.